Alex and I met at a housewarming party in May of 2012, and he had gone to college with one of my roommates, and I didn't know her very well. We had just moved in together, and at this housewarming party, Alex shows up, and we have one little short conversation, but he figured out from another friend that I was a science teacher, and it sparked his interest.
Went to a housewarming party for one of my college friends that just moved into the area. I almost did not go to the party, but I'm glad I did, and Alicia ended up being the very first person I met when I showed up.
Yep. And then he showed up the next Tuesday, because he's interested in me, for a Taco Tuesday kind of party with my roommates. Didn't know that I wasn't actually planning to be there that night. But before I left, we had this short little 10-minute conversation, and there were sparks. We, talked about, I don't even know, but there were sparks, at least for me.
Fantasy basketball and sports and other things that were random.
Yeah, I don't know, but it was enough. It was enough to kindle the fire that still rages. So my first impression of Alex was, when I very, very first met him, he seemed very confident and, just comfortable in himself. And I don't know, that just kind of stayed through. I think that's kind of what really interested me. And then talking to him was so easy. That was something that kind of solidified everything for me. So it was the confidence and just with his ease of being able to converse with me that really made him stand out. And of course I thought he was really attractive. That part did it for me right away. So I thought he was attractive, confident, and intelligent. You can kind of just tell, when you have a conversation with somebody that someone has a lot going on. And Alex, from the beginning, had that.
Yeah, so when I first met Alicia and walked in, of course, wow, this is a very attractive girl right here.
Aww.
And then as the night went on and I was talking with my other friend, what's up with this Alicia girl? And she's like, oh, well, she's a science teacher. It's really? Okay. So there's some intelligence there too, which finding the combination of the two in Newport Beach at the time was like finding a needle in a haystack. And I think it was really when we had that first conversation that stretched the sphere of randomness from fantasy football to family that that's when I really got hooked, and the intelligence was clearly there, and she just had a presence about her that really drew me in.
Sweet. I don't think you've ever told me that. After Alex and I first met, we were kind of on and off again seeing each other for about 3 weeks. And I, at this time in my life, was not really wanting to be in a relationship. And I knew there was chemistry with Alex. We definitely had a connection. But I wasn't sure that I wanted to be in a relationship. And what finally happened, and Alex tells this part of the story better.
What finally happened is I could tell that Alicia wasn't sure what she wanted to do, but the interest was there. And I remember on a particular night when she was kind of conveying that I looked at her and told her that that's totally fine. This is where I'm at. I'd like to see where this can go. If you'd like to come along with, I'd love that. But if not, I totally get it. But this is where the buck stops, more or less. So you make your decision, take whatever you need, and let me know. I'm going to go now. And the very next morning, I woke up to some texts from her, more or less saying that she had decided that she would like to see where it went. I'm very happy that she did.
Well, basically, I tried to friend zone him. And then when he was saying goodnight after I was kind of friend zoning him, I actually went in to kiss him. And he was like, no, if we're going to be friends, then, we're not going to be kissing. And then I was like, oh no. I'm like, no, I can't be friends with you. And that was it. It was him like putting his foot down about, okay, that's what you want. And I was like, nope. And then from then on, we were together. So actually, neither of us remember when we first said we love each other. We're both assuming we might have been, it was probably just a slow lead up into it. I do remember our first kiss at the Kings game, a Kings playoff game. So the vivid memory for me where I knew Alex was different and special was we were hanging out at my house in Newport, and I think we were hungover from the night before. We were watching movies, just whatever was on, actually pieces of movies, because it was whatever was on television. We weren't like actually from start to finish. And it was just so easy to be with him. It was so easy to talk to him. There was never awkward pauses. I always felt so comfortable around him. And yeah, everything just always flowed. I always, from the very beginning, always felt like I could be myself. Yeah, and he just the vibe just was there. I think we were on the same wavelength from the beginning.
I don't know if there was a single moment that I knew, more combinations of things that had happened or that I just kind of saw in her. One of the first big ones was not only did she maintain that presence in front of my Southern California group of friends, which were kind of a wild group of guys, but she carried that over to the San Francisco portion of them. They were all kind of swept off their feet by her too. Pretty surprised. And I think the second thing that happened that I really knew was when I brought her around my family, and it was the first time with anybody I had dated that had just totally pulled the rug out from under them. They were not expecting that, and you could tell in the way that she was just capturing their attention every single time that we hung out with them, and they were just enamored with her. And at that point, that's pretty much when I knew.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So Alicia challenged me that I could not surprise her with the proposal, that it was just not possible. And to a degree, she was right. It was going to be really tough because she knew me so well. If I had planned anything, it would have wreaked a high hell of a proposal coming. Because I'm a planner, so I like to get really far ahead of things. And if I did it off the cuff, then it wouldn't have been the type of proposal that would have shocked and awed her. So one of my friends proposed to her that they plan a surprise birthday party for me. So I got the help from one of my really good girlfriends to reach out to Alicia and try to plan a surprise birthday party for me, not knowing that the whole time I was kind of behind the scenes pulling the strings through my good girlfriend. And I got her to angle Alicia towards planning a surprise birthday on a boat trip around the bay. That happened to not actually be a surprise birthday party for me, but unbeknownst to her, she was planning her own proposal. And
it was very clever.
When we're out on the water with our group of friends, it's very common for the person who planned to give a speech. So I kind of nudged Alicia to the front of the boat, like, it's your speech time, and went up there with her. And then at that point, that's when I dropped to the knee and asked her.
Yep. He did good.
Challenge complete.
He did good. Yeah, so I told Alex, you won't be able to surprise me, but I want you to at least put some effort into the proposal, and I want it to be filmed. And he did both. I mean, he completely surprised me. I didn't think it was possible. But yeah, he's like, his friend was like, hey, let's plan something for Alex. And it didn't even register that it could be my own proposal. And so we went up to the front of the boat, and yeah, he got down on one knee, and it was beautiful. The whole thing was really beautiful.
And just to throw one final wrench in it, in case she did smell something, the morning of, I kind of rolled over. It's, yeah, maybe we shouldn't do this today. Just knowing it would stoke but I planned this whole thing.
Yeah. Just to further throw me off any potential. Yeah, and I should have, his brother came out, his best friend came, like I should have seen it coming. Like, like the signs are there and I'm just like, no, we're celebrating Alex's birthday. So yeah, he did good.
And it was like a month after my actual birthday weekend. So.
And it was perfect because it was like all our friends on a boat, so we went straight there basically to our engagement party. So it was really fun. So Alex, I love literally everything about you. I love your energy, I love your intelligence, I love how you smell, I love how I feel when I'm around you, and I love how calm you make me and how at home I feel whenever I'm with you, whenever you're near me. I love how you are with Ash, I love how you are with your family, with my family. And I feel like in the future, it's just going to be more of what we already have, and it's going to be even better because we're going to grow together. We're committing ourselves to each other, and I'm really excited to have you in my life forever, and to just know that you're going to be there supporting me, and for you to know that I will be there to support you forever. So I love you, and yay, we're married!
To my beautiful wife, Alicia, thank you for always being there for me. I love so much about you. I'm not even really sure where to start. I guess you could all sum it up in that, you know, waking up next to you and just your energy and your smile have the ability to really pick me up from any place I might be, whether it's down and out or what have you. I love how you make my family feel about you. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to spending my life with you and starting a family and doing all the things that we've talked about. Once again, thank you, and I love you.
So I want to say thank you to all the people in our lives that have been so supportive of us as a couple. Our families, thank you for being just so wonderful and excited about us coming together, and really our two families becoming one. That's something that, along with having Alex the rest of my life, I also get his family. Thank you to our friends who also have been so supportive of this relationship from the beginning. Alex's friends have always been extremely good to me, and it made dating him, even though it was already amazing and easy, it made it even better. And I love his friends, I love his family, and thank you all for your support.
So to all our family and friends that have traveled far and wide for this, thank you. We love you very much. I'm looking forward to a whole night of partying with you.
Woo!
Thanks for being here to celebrate with us.